Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about religion in the Glorious Revolution. So, really, the religious factors of why the Glorious Revolution happened in England. So, yeah, let's get started. Well, first of all, a bit of background if you didn't know, the Glorious Revolution happened in 1688, maybe going up into 1689. And it happened because the Catholic King James II of England, not Britain, England, got deposed, by uh, his Protestant daughter, Mary, and her husband, William, Duke of Orange. Um, and yeah, it's just that's the Glorious Revolution, also called the Bloodless Revolution. Yeah. James II was the last Catholic king England ever had. So, uh, well, apparently the revolution was bloodless, although that is debated. And, well, as a result of this revolution, they passed the Bill of Rights in 1689, and it was, it did serve as a basis for the American Bill of Rights almost, 100 years later. But, yes, I mean, the Welsh Revolution is really interesting. But yeah, let's just look at religion. So you can also kind of look at the political aspects of events leading up to revolution. Like I said, I'm gonna focus on religion. So, well, there was this fear of Catholicism, I guess, of popery in England. Popery, by the way, I mean, it's just not only hating the Catholics, not only hating the Catholic Church, not only hating the bishops, the archbishops, hating the Pope, hating hating the Catholics and the Pope, and that they were maneuvering, trying to overpower the Church and take control and whatever. It's just a conspiracy, I guess. So they believe people who were against popery, like Pope, but popery, that Catholics were actively trying to gain control of the throne in order to establish this Catholic regime, I guess. So, they were afraid that England would fall beneath the power of of Rome, of the Catholic Church. So, well, there were already Catholic sentiment. There was already Catholic sentiment in England from a while back. I mean, you have the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. You have, I mean, the main one is the Gunpowder Plot, but there's also, I mean, Charles the First. He wasn't Catholic per se. He was Catholic leaning, so that caused conflict because of his policies, leading in a certain way, not really, but in a bit, to the English Civil War. But Catholicism was always there. However, things were all good until, Charles II, he retook the throne in 1660, and he ruled in 1685. Problem was, he died without legitimate heirs. Not without heirs, because he did have a lot of children, but we didn't have any legitimate children. So, that meant, Charles II, he was Protestant. So that meant that the next in line to the throne was his brother James, a Catholic. Now, this did not sit well with many anti-papists, I guess. And, well, the guy, James, he had fully converted to Catholicism in 1673. So he was publicly Catholic and wasn't ashamed of it. And, well, this didn't really, like I said, sit well with the people. So he succeeded the throne in 1685 when Charles II died. But there was this crisis, a succession crisis, I guess, in 1678, 1681, the exclusion crisis, that's the name, the exclusion crisis, in which they were trying to push James away from the succession, because by that point it was clear Charles II wasn't going to have any legitimate heirs, and it was obvious that James would be the next in line. So they tried to actively exclude James from the succession. And then there's the whole Titus Oates plot, which is kind of a plot that happened to try and assassinate Charles II and install James II on the throne, but many speculate that this plot was just invented. There was no actual plot. So, yeah, I mean, there were many in this plot gained credibility because this guy who had been investigating Oates's claims, he got killed. And that kind of said, oh my god, someone's trying to silence people. Yeah. So, well, of course, this led to a whole crisis, and Charles even ended up dissolving Parliament in 1681. So, at this point, it's a bit messy. So, at this point, the people actually don't, like I said, don't want James II to become king, where it's kind of clear they would have a Catholic king. But they tried to push him out, they didn't succeed. And then 4 years later, Charles II died, and I'm not entirely sure if it's correct, but there's this rumor that he converted to Catholicism on his deathbed, but I'm not sure of that, so you may want to check that out before believing me. And yeah, so James II took the throne. Now he was Catholic, like I said. However, he had children. One of them being Mary. She had been married to a Dutch guy named William of Orange, and William of Duke of Orange. And well, William, he had gotten an invitation from 7 people to come to invade England and install a Protestant monarchy. And he had the perfect claim to the throne because his wife was the daughter of the king. And well, they came to England and then they invaded. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's just the religious causes of the Glorious Revolution were literally that people didn't like James II's religion, because the guy has publicly said, "Hey, I'm Catholic" in 1673, and then in 1678 they had from 1678 to 1681 they had tried to exclude him from succession and the exclusion crisis, but that failed. And then he actually came to the throne, and they kicked him out by bringing his Protestant daughter's husband. It's a bit messy, but it's interesting. I find it interesting. I base my, not entirely on this, but this was included in my history level coursework. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. That is the religious causes. And those are the religious causes of the Glorious Revolution. And it's literally that simplified. James II was Catholic. People born in Protestantism. Well, some nobles born in Protestantism. And that is it. Like, there's literally not much else to say. So yeah, I hope you found it interesting. I hope you enjoyed it, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Bye.